Thank you, Chair. Well, this is such a special event to see all the work that's been done this past year, both for Scott and Ramsey County. The energy that you feel in this room is the exact same energy I felt throughout the year when I came to campus here and went to different presentations throughout the year, when I joined some field trips around Scott County, when I just did some periodic check-ins. I could feel the energy. The students were asking such good questions and new questions and making us at the county think about things so much differently. Like the chair, I really want to thank the project leads that are in the room here. You did a lot of work, countless hours mentoring, helping the students think through their projects, give them feedback, and hopefully ultimately here to see the final product and celebrate with them. As the county project coordinator, I want to say a big thank you to Sarah for making the past year so successful. Sarah is a terrific matchmaker, an excellent coordinator. Daily I would see an email from Sarah with updates on where the projects are at, what students need to get some work done or need to connect with our project leads. Without that daily kind of nurturing, I don't think the project would have been as successful. And thank you for the countless hours you spent down in Scott County. You were a regular. I would see you in the hallways at the courthouse, and I wouldn't even know you were down for a meeting. She was at our kickoff event at our county fair, so I knew right away the dedication she'd have to spend nights and weekends down at the county helping us kick off this great relationship and great partnership. Like Liz, when I was here last year for this celebration, I still wasn't exactly sure what we were getting into at Scott County. I'd read the brochures, I'd gone online, I knew that, that we would get a chance to help us build some capacity. We're asking a lot of tough questions, we're facing a lot of issues down in a county that's one of the fastest growing counties, and so I knew that we could get some resources and help us look at those issues, train students for real world practice, produce some good actionable information. I knew that would happen, and I can look back and say, yeah, we accomplished that. That's exactly what we got from this partnership. But we got so much more. What I didn't know going to this partnership is just the unique thing that happens when you match the energy here at the University of Minnesota with questions and ideas from our county staff. And it was fun to see it come together in rooms and see kind of the blending of ideas, new ways of looking at these issues. And I thought, wow, this is really the magic of this program. It's bringing the resources here with the ideas in the local communities and thinking about things entirely different. We had some big questions that we're facing in Scott County. How do we make housing more affordable for livable wage earners in one of the fastest growing and highest median income counties in the state? How do we curb the rising costs of delivering our transportation projects, our highway projects that require sometimes eminent domain settlements? It's not sustainable if those costs keep falling on the backs of our taxpayers. How do we think differently about mobility in our suburban and rural setting in this age of rideshare and ownership? How are we going to manage a never-ending and only increasing stream? If you saw the poster in the back, you saw the projections of the amount of waste that our county drop-off and sorting facility is going to have to handle. How are we going to manage? How do we sustain that kind of growth? How do we think about local food production and consumption differently beyond just community gardens and farmers markets? We have those, but what else can we look at? And we had students helping us answer that question. How will our major entertainment destinations like Canterbury Park, the Renaissance Festival, how are they going to transform in the future when we see this growth of autonomous vehicles and connected vehicles? I hope you saw some of the posters that laid out that vision for us here today. How do we respond to changing desires to access our county library services and facilities in this age where everyone wants to self-check out or have 24/7 ability to acquire information? Our standard hours of operation just isn't good enough maybe. We need to think about that service differently. How do we responsibly sustain growth and development in our rural areas of the county when we see the rising costs providing all the public services that those residents are demanding? So these are big questions that we looked at during our comprehensive planning process, pretty bold questions. And I'm proud to work for a county that asks those big, bold questions. I'm even more proud that we found at the University of Minnesota an opportunity to explore those questions. And as I said, the students helped us answer those in really unique ways. Going in, I did not think we'd have industrial and systems engineering students spend the day at our household hazardous waste facility looking at workflows and thinking about how we could change our floor plan layout to collect waste more efficiently. I didn't know we'd have GIS students mapping out different locations to acquire lots for a community land trust. I didn't know planning students would be looking at our entertainment facilities, again our freight hubs, and again thinking about what the future is going to look like with autonomous and connected vehicles. We had film study students that came down and had put a documentary together looking at our different housing programs and how those programs impact individuals. These are all different ideas that I had no idea we'd be thinking about here at the end of the program. All in all, the University of Minnesota students and faculty who assisted us in our 14 research projects provided us at the county some truly valuable tools and products. But for me, probably the most valuable thing we got is they inspired us at the county to approach our big questions differently if we truly want to be a more sustainable, resilient community. So thank you again, Mike and Sarah, for having us be part of this program. It was a really valuable experience.